This is the smallest resort in Disney World, and some say the most underrated. Today we are doing a 12-minute tour of Port Orleans French Quarter to determine if this is somewhere you'd want to stay. We're going to go over all the main things this resort has to offer, a quick tour of the lobby, the grounds, we're going to go over the rooms, and at the very end I'll tell you who I think this resort is meant for. So without further ado, let's get right into it. You pull up to Port Orleans French Quarter, whether it's by your own car, a bus, a shuttle from the airport, an Uber, anything, it's going to drop you off right here in front of the lobby. And this is the main transportation hub of Port Orleans French Quarter. So right here, again, you have a sign right there for your airport shuttle. You can see people unloading their suitcases and loading their suitcases in over here. That's going to be the main drop off when you first arrive. Now right over to your left right there is going to be your Disney bus transportation, complimentary when staying at Walt Disney World. You get transportation to everything around Disney property. This is a moderate resort in Disney World, and it's not connected to any of the Skyliners or monorails. So any of those transportations you won't have here. They do have some boats, and we'll get to that in a second, but it doesn't go to any of the parks. Only way to and from the Walt Disney World parks, the main thing you're going to be doing is by bus. Already you can see the theming before you even get into the lobby. Alright, right when you get into the lobby, check-in is going to be on your right this way. Very nice lobby check-in process right here, and pretty calm for a middle of the day. We're about 3 p.m. right at check-in time, and as you can see, a quiet resort. It's honestly a known thing over here at Port Orleans French Quarter. It's a quiet resort. Here by the check-in lobby, you have the gift shop as well. This is pretty cool. It's a pretty good, unique hotel t-shirts. Not all of them get their own t-shirts, so that's pretty cool. Also, some of the 2025 Halloween merch is out. It's August 10th. I'm not hating on that, I love it. This is honestly one of the nicer hotel gift shops here. It's got everything you're looking for, from merch to like snacks, drinks for your room, medicine, things you might have forgotten, stuff like that. Everything you need at a hotel that you might have forgotten, it has here. It has all the necessities for you. Everything from the carpet to the colors to the decorations, all screams New Orleans, Mardi Gras, all of that. Behind the gift shop, you can actually find your arcade, which is a Disney hotel staple for them rainy days. I was about to say this is one of the smaller arcades that Disney has. They usually do big arcades, and I was wrong. It goes further into its back room and a third back room right there. So actually a decent sized arcade, and not that busy right now, but it's nice so far. When it starts to rain, it gets a little busier. Again, some massage chairs, you might need those. And Pac-Man, I'm great at Pac-Man. You can see, put JVTV somewhere in there, it's coming. And then over by the arcade as well, you got an ATM and your fuel rod charges right there. And then restrooms in the back corner. All right, now over to the other side of the lobby here. Main thing you're gonna wanna go to over here is the Scat Cats Club Cafe. This is where you're gonna get your Mickey beignets. One of the most popular snacks in Walt Disney World, and it's the only place you can get these particular Mickey beignets, and they are delicious. If you ask my Aunt Colleen, she'll easily say this is the best snack on property, and sometimes I honestly agree with her. When you're eating them, it's delicious. Now just to the left of that, you have the Scat Cats Club Lounge. Open every day until midnight, from 5 p.m. to midnight, but there is live entertainment every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 7:30 p.m. And now over to the quick service location here, the Sassagoula Floatworks and Food Factory. Watching here, this is the typical food court with some theming up in here, but nothing too crazy, to be honest. Now they do have 3 boards here talking about what you can eat here, and this one changes. They have a bunch of different types of food options here. There's an even more written out option right here. You have 5 different ordering stations depending on the food. So you have your cheeseburgers and po' boys over here, your salmons, chickens over there, your bakery for desserts over there, your pizza and stuff over there, and then even more salads and chickens over there. Now with this being the smallest Disney resort, that's the only food court here. Now there's no table service restaurant here, no sit down restaurant, that's it. So there is a wide variety of food there. I think there's some for everybody, but that is your only place to eat here outside of the Mickey beignets, but all of that's right there. If you're looking for a resort that has a ton of places to eat and dine and all that, you're not gonna find that here. Now that was the lobby. Again, a smaller lobby, a quieter lobby. So if that's something you're looking for, that's what you'll find there. So let's go tour the grounds. Already you come out and you're met with, it's just quiet out here. And you can see some of the decorations again, the New Orleans architecture like things as you're gonna see throughout the whole resort, but you're met with it immediately after leaving the lobby. Like every Disney resort, they do have these boards throughout the resort telling you all the different resort activities they do here. The majority of them though are the same you'll find at all the Disney resorts, but there is some unique things here, like their signature activities over there. Here we are at the directory. Now this may look huge, but this is actually both Port Orleans resorts. So up here is Riverside, and you can just kind of see the size difference here. We're just gonna be focusing on this today. Only 7 buildings here to focus on, and again, we're gonna work our way from left to right, like always. If you are a runner too, they do have a detailed running trail that goes all the way up and around through both resorts here at Port Orleans. Now, as you walk immediately to the left, like I said, you can see just the feelings and the vibes of the French Quarter, from the theming to the architecture to the plant life. All of that looks very good. This open area right here, which would make for a nice place to sit and relax if you're doing a resort day. And like I continue to say, the big bonus of this resort is, if it's something you're looking for, is just how quiet it is. There's just nobody around here. I've barely seen anybody, and the lobby is right over to my left right now. We just walked over here, and I'm not seeing anybody. It is very, very quiet around here. I like the street signs and the feel of walking down these French Quarter streets right here. Now, as we head towards the back, this is the back building. This is building 7 right here. So this is the far building back. The buses are right on the other side of that building, and the lobby is not that far. It took me about 2 minutes to walk back here. We'll get to the pool in a second, as there's only one pool here because it's a small resort. But they have plenty of just quiet areas to sit, kind of relax, enjoy, take in the resort right here. And it is just honestly a gorgeous, vibrant resort. Feels like the French Quarter, the colors changing all throughout the whole resort. And again, I just can't stress it enough. It is so quiet. Underrated part of the resort that they don't do enough at Disney is, you can see up here we have number 6. Number 6, it's on the other side, it says number 6. You can see right across here, 4, 4. The buildings are numbered heavily, so you can very easily find your building where you're staying. So if you're told building 4, there's signs for building 4 everywhere. You can already see just that close to each other, there's 2 signs for building 6, and they're all throughout. I think they need to do that more at some of the Disney resorts, because sometimes it feels like it takes forever to find your room and it's hard to find your section and where you're at. Here, it's plastered everywhere, so you know exactly what building number is what and where you are going at all times. Front back towards the center with the lobby already. Again, we saw those small sections of grass and that little fountain back there, but very quiet. There's nice areas to sit, but not a lot going on the grounds. We're back in the center, and like I said, that's the exit to the arcade right there, exit to the quick service, and the lobby straight ahead. We just came from that way, and now let's check out the middle, where all the main activities of Port Orleans French Quarter are going to be, starting with the playground right here for the little ones. They have a small playground right there. Before we even go that way, they do have a nice little hot tub. It's August, nobody's using that right now, but it is open from 10 to 11 p.m. Small photo op right here with some of the alligators. Right on the outside of the pool, you have Mardi Gras, the outdoor pool bar. Very nice outdoor pool bar. And then right over to your right, you do have your pool restrooms right here. And then you're met right away with the pool, a decent sized pool that goes up and around. You can see one of the coolest kids splash areas you'll find at any of the resorts. Look at that pool from the backside here with multiple different slides. They have like that fountain right there. It's gonna be a favorite in the family if you have people that like to spend some time at the pool. Now, the pool will be loud. Now, that's the one section of this resort that is pretty loud, is the pool. You know, we've been at some of the values already and toured them. They kind of have the main pool and then a quiet pool or two throughout the resort. Doesn't have any of that. We kind of saw it's just a quiet grounds areas to hang out, but there's no quiet pool here. I did say there was more transportation here besides the buses, even though those were the main ones, and that's the Sassagoula boats. This takes you to and from Port Orleans Riverside and Disney Springs. So if you're looking for a nice dinner night, some shopping nights, all that stuff that they offer at Disney Springs, you actually have a boat that takes you to and from here. It's the small other transportation they have here. It's not something to the level of Skyliner or the monorail or even the boats at the Magic Kingdom resorts, but it is a nice boat ride that takes you to and from Disney Springs if that's something you're looking for. Now, like I said, we covered everything in the main hall, between the playground, the hot tub, the pool bar, the restrooms, the pool, and the transportation all the way in the back. This is the main hub of the resort. Between all those activities and the lobby, loudest areas of the resort. Let's head to the last section over here, which is a bit quieter. Here we are immediately over to that right side of the resort. And again, immediately it's just quiet, but the architecture, the vibrant colors, it all fits very well. The way you feel like you're walking on these streets, between the street signs, it feels very much like walking through French Quarter. They did a great job delivering on that theming. Here we are in the middle portion, in between buildings 1, 2, and 3. That's this section right here. And again, no small pool here, but you do have a fountain. It's not working right now, but a nice quiet area with a ton of shade over on this side to just kind of sit back and relax. Now I'm about to go over the room types they have here, the average price of a room here, and who I think this resort is made for. And I'm gonna do that at the lobby, but I am at the farthest point you can get here at Port Orleans French Quarter behind room 1, and I'm gonna time how long it takes for me to walk from the farthest point over here to the lobby. Here we go at the rooms, stopwatch starting now. And back here, right about to walk back into the lobby. 3 minutes and 28 seconds. That doesn't stress to you how small and walkable this resort is. I don't know what to tell you. Let's talk about these room types, okay? A bunch of different view options here. All the rooms just sleep up to 4, so if you have more than that, you're gonna need multiple rooms. These just sleep up to 4, from 2 to 4 depending on the room type you get. Preferred location rooms and standard rooms. You can get a garden view, so that's a garden view room of some of these gardens that we did see, which they're very nice. You can get a river view, which we kind of saw of the river back there where the Sassagoula boats go. That's a nice view as well. You get a standard view. This is gonna be one of your cheaper rooms. That's just gonna be a view of the parking lot. You can get a pool view, so this is still gonna be probably one of those preferred locations that is gonna give you a pool view, probably the loudest room type you're gonna have there from the outside. King bed options here, and then like we talked about the standard location versus the preferred location. The locations, you can still get those good views too, so it really all depends on what you're looking for, but all the room types are either a king bed option, which is a few of those, or mostly just 2 queen beds. Who do I think French Quarter is for? Now I think it's for couples who are coming down here, want a quieter stay and just want a smaller resort stay, people who value easy navigation around the resorts and small walks to the lobby, to the buses, to the entertainment. People with small families, I think this works for you. And people who are gonna spend a lot of time at Disney Springs, having that boat transportation to and from is awesome. Again, I don't think this resort is for everybody, but the people that love it definitely love it, and I can see why they think it's underrated. Wouldn't be towards the top of my list, but definitely be worth the stay if you're looking for some of those things I mentioned. That's a 12-minute tour. I thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you on Thursday.